The man accused of participating in the murder of a hip-hop legend fights to be released from jail ahead of his high-profile murder trial after he says he secured the thousands of dollars to make his bail.
And so any conversation that you had with your wife at that time was in an effort just to get her to comply with the bond process.
That's right. I wanted to come home because I got cancer. I just called it back. And here eating y'all processed food. I had colon cancer right here. And it's down in the movie to this side. Behind this processed food. They don't sell no fruit. It's just terrible. Fake potatoes, fake milk, fake everything. It ain't good for an ex-cancer patient. Now I got it again. They took me to the hospital, UMC, on the 5th of May. He came to my cell and said, Mr. Davis, hurry up and get dressed. You need emergency service. So I went over there.
The cold part about it, right? I know he wasn't thinking about none of that shit when he was up there with Vlad. You feel me? Chopping it up, having a good old time, talking about how Tupac was breakdancing and what have you. And Vlad so cold, right? He probably was acting like he was Keffe D partner. Like they was close or whatever, right? At least acting like he wasn't gonna throw it to the wolves when the shit hits the fan, right? But then again, it seemed like a setup at the same time. Like Vlad, you feel me? Vlad be trying to go out his way to say, cops contacted me. I still have the voice messages. I just ignore it. You know what I mean? They want me to bring in my footage, but I won't do it. Who you think you talking to, Vlad? Any who believe that shit, they believe Charleston White is 47.
They did all the CAT scans and stuff. And they referred me to my cancer doctor, so I went to see him on the 8th of May. And he said, did you do a colonoscopy in a week? CAT scan in 2 weeks, a PET scan in 3 weeks. They haven't came here to do nothing. I'm in a life situation, and I would say anything to save my life.
After spending nearly 9 months behind bars, former Southside Compton Crips gang member Dwayne Davis, better known as Keffe D, informed the courts he can now pay the $750,000 it'll take to get him out of jail as he awaits trial for murder. Davis has been in a Las Vegas jail since his September 2023 arrest in a long-awaited breakthrough in a case that shocked and devastated the hip-hop community, the 1996 murder of Tupac Shakur. But despite getting the money to afford his bail, it doesn't guarantee Davis will be released from jail. With Davis
that's crazy too, right? So I wonder what's gonna happen with that, with the money that a nigga put up for him to, in order for Keffe D to make bail, right? WACK100 is the one who is trying to bail Keffe D out, and I think it got denied. I seen some, where, but I wonder what happens to the money. For one, for two, it's like, bro, it's unbelievable, right? That you didn't went on there and talked yourself into some crazy shit, right? Although we don't know if he could have been fabricating shit, making shit up, right? They like I was saying about just people coming on the camera and putting on the act. Feel me? Like, this shit just crazy, bro.
Away from his murder trial, in a recent bail hearing, the topic of where the bail money came from sparked some courtroom drama, as the defense called a single witness to testify before the judge, a man named Cash Jones, a.k.a. music producer WACK100, who helped provide the money needed to bail out Keffe D.
Mr. Jones, what was the amount that you paid for the bail bond premium in this case?
$112,000. It was 15% of whatever the $750 was.
Okay, that's
$112,000 and some odd dollars.
And $500, is that correct?
$112,500, yes sir, yes sir.
And you paid that out of your business?
Yes sir.
And what's your business name, sir?
100 Entertainment.
And you're the sole owner of that business, is that correct?
Yes sir.
And that business is
I thought it was 10%, right? That they was supposed to, like, when when somebody is trying to get bailed out, I thought they had to pay 10% of whatever. Apparently, it's 15% now or something. you know, and so that's what I was talking about when I was saying I wonder what happens with the money. Like he didn't put this 112,000 up, right? But then they denied the bond. So I wonder, do the money go back to WACK and his company, or they just chalk that? That'd be some crazy shit.
A business license to do business in the state of Nevada.
Yes, sir.
And how long have you had that business?
Roughly 8 years, maybe.
And again, you used the proceeds from that business and you provided us with the documents showing that those amounts were taken from your business account. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How do you know Mr. Davis, sir?
I know him through passing. I know his son. I know him. We sat down and talked a few times. In general, you know, about personal things. He was having this bout with cancer, and you know, personal things, industry stuff. You know, just regular conversation. He's always been a monumental guy in our community. Conversation. So you know, and
He's always been a monumental guy in our community. You know, I'm gonna have to look up monumental. You understand me, right? To get just the refreshing. But the crazy thing about it, they talking about some. And how do you know, Mr. Keffe D? Don't fucking worry about it. I'm here to bail him out, and that's it. You know. Keep it lit, man.
helped several people in our community, whether it was funerals, whether it was for bail. In this situation, I know his cancer has been, I don't know if it's come out of remission or within speaking with his son. I know he's having an issue in there, so I lent a helping hand.
But when it came time for the state to question Jones on his motives for posting bail for the former gang member, prosecutors believed Jones to be a middleman, only agreeing to post the bail in exchange for a TV series about Davis's life.
All right, and so the other thing you say in the letter that Mr. Arnold provided to us is that the money is a gift and Mr. Davis is not obligated to repay. Is that right?
That's right.
All right. Do you have any contract between you and Mr. Davis?
Not as of yet.
Okay. Do you have any financial agreement with Mr. Davis?
Not as of yet.
Do you have any financial agreement with his son?
What do any of that got to do with y'all, whether y'all gonna let him out or not? I know the judge had made a ruling about Keffe D not being able to profit off this case or whatever. Even that's, quite absurd. You understand me? Who do these people think they is to be making? I just seen some crazy shit, in like South Carolina or some shit. You feel me? Some crazy shit that happened. You feel me, with this dude where he had told a police officer to move his car off the road or something. The officer ended up giving him a ticket, right? And then he ended up going to court to fight the ticket of this, that, and the third. The judge told dude who, it was a black individual, right? And the officer was, of course, white. The officer ordered the black individual who got the ticket, right, to write an apology letter to the officer. You feel me? What part of the game is that? What that got to do with the law? You know what I'm saying? I think he said something like, get the fuck out the road or something to the officer. So, you feel me? The judge ordered him. And that was just like just showing your power to me, like basically flexing and showing who really run this motherfucker. And that's what we seeing right now.
No, I don't. I've offered him to come work for me. That's what he wanted to do, to try to get him out the streets.
Now, so are there any stipulations that you have with Mr. Davis in order to put up this money for him?
Well, my stipulation with the bail bond, but I definitely wanted him to be on house arrest to protect myself.
Now, have you ever said you were thinking about getting Mr. Davis out with the stipulation that you do a series with him?
So long story short, right? They done pulled up the recording of Wack on Vlad TV saying, or wherever Wack said it at. Wack must have said, yeah, I'm going to bail him out and I'm going to have him, do something in return, you know, because Keffe D is a hot topic, right? You know, as of right now, being that, you know, all this shit is going on. So I guess it was a business move for Wack. A lot of people was upset, like, you know, I feel like Wack don't be tripping off of who's upset by his business decisions. You understand me? A lot of, you know, the supporters, they looking at it like, how could you? It's Tupac. But then again, they not looking at it from the aspect of how just like somebody from the streets would look at it like Keffe D, although he did some crazy shit with this Tupac, or allegedly been a part of some crazy shit with this Tupac shit, right? A street cat still wouldn't side with the system. It's like, go ahead and get him out, and we can turn a profit. You know what I'm saying? Basically, but y'all let me know what y'all think about what Wack, you know, him belly. I see it as a business move. I see it as he not really tripping off of how, you know, like I said, and it really ain't no emotions or feelings involved. So, I mean, shit, you know, the whole situation is crazy. You feel me? Yeah. Y'all niggas let me know what y'all think.